Hi guys, how are you? This is Lois. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are. I am well. I know I haven't made a video for a week. Please bear with me. It was such a busy time over here. That said, today's video is about life in Canada. You know, I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and I do tell you about immigration programs. But while I tell you about those immigration programs, I also tell you about real life in Canada. Because people qualify to come to Canada, but then some of them are really worried about how they are going to settle in this country, about how the likelihood of them succeeding in this country. Okay? So that is why I do this portion, this kind of video, because I'm on the ground. I'm your eyes, I'm your ears, and I have experienced these things firsthand. You know the way they say things are different on the ground? Yes, things are really different on the ground in a nice way. Okay? That is why I want to tell you exactly what it is on the ground here in Canada. And this is just my personal experience. Yes, personal experience. So someone else may give you a different experience, but I try to give you the most real kind of experience, just so that you can make a better decision. And I just want to tell you, some of the things I say here, they are things that I have walked through personally. I was you one day dreaming about immigrating, and then I immigrated. Here I was a newcomer. I walked. I had a hard time, and I am where I am today. I still haven't made it. I'm still working towards my dream, but the stories that I give you are based on my personal journey. Okay? I hope my journey can be inspiring to you in a way. I know my journey may not be for everybody, but if it can only touch one person, if this can inspire just one person, if it can help you make a better decision, then I think I have done my job. Okay? All right. So, without further ado, I want to tell you about why I think you should immigrate to Canada, even when you are earning a good amount of money. And I will talk about amount of money in Kenya because I know about Kenya. I can only relate to Kenya. Okay? So a lot of people reach out to me and they ask me, I know I qualify for this program. I'm just worried that I'm not going to be able to make the kind of money that I was making. I'm well off back in Kenya. I really want to immigrate. I have something deep down in my heart that tells me I want to immigrate, but I'm just concerned about these issues, like how successful, how likely am I to succeed? How likely am I to earn a good amount of money like I was earning here, or even better? Okay? That is one big issue that I face every day. And please don't shoot me, men. I want to say that a lot of hesitation that I have seen personally, it comes from men. I think women are more, they are open to going and trying new things. Women want to immigrate and see stuff. But a man who is settled, who is earning some good money, who is okay and comfortable, most of them have that question, which is very valid. There's nothing wrong about it, actually. You should be worried because you're worried about your economic welfare, right? You want to know about your future financial welfare. That is very valid. So there's nothing wrong about worrying about that. And that's why I'm here to address that issue. So for the purpose of this video, I want to address the middle income Kenyans. Okay? They're called middle level. Middle class. I think they are middle class Kenyans. I'm not talking about people who earn 150 and below. I want to target that executive, someone with education, relatively young, so under 44 or let's say 45, under 45 years of age. You have good work experience, you have your good education credentials, you have your master's degree, And you know what? You are earning somewhere between 250 to 500,000. Okay? That is the person that I'm targeting. And it's not just men, it's anyone who is in that category. You want to immigrate. You've heard a lot of people talking about minimum wage, that you must come here and you must suffer and you must, all those things that we talk about. You've heard about those and you're worried about coming here to earn minimum wage. I would be so worried if I were you, that I'm leaving my $500,000, Kenya shillings a month to come earn $15, which is minimum wage. So yeah, that is enough reason to worry about, okay? But you know what? As I said, things are different. So let us address you. That is the group I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the wealthy. I know Kenya has a lot of wealthy people. Oh my goodness. Kenya has a lot of wealthy people. I'm not addressing those people because those people, the wealthy class, immigration needs are very different from the class that I'm talking about here. The wealthy people want to come here through the business immigration class. If anyone wants to know more about that, I'll be making a video about the business immigration class. That is the class of people who do not necessarily want to come live here, buy a home, have a picket fence and live happily ever after. No, that is not that. The wealthy people don't want to do that. The wealthy people want to come to Canada and invest and get, the Canadian passport and be able to float around the world where they have other investments, be able to, to access other markets in Europe, wherever. They want to float around. They want to invest and, check on their investments. They don't want to be tied to a country, So that is a different class of people that I'm not addressing in this video. I'm talking about that class, 250 to 500,000 Kenya shillings a month. Yes, that class. So, unfortunately, what I have seen in Kenya, sometimes there's a disparity. There are people who earn like a spouse, a couple, who earn considerably, almost similar amount of money per month. But then I have seen a very huge disparity whereby one spouse may be earning the 500 and the other spouse is earning 100, 150. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's how the world is, right? We are not here to talk about it. What I'm saying is, while one spouse earns that much, then the other one earns little, then the combined family income goes to about 600, okay, per month. And that is a lot of money, by the way, in Kenya. Because believe you me, your money goes further in Kenya. The economy is, it's cheaper. Things are cheaper. So life is cheaper. So for Kenyan economy, that money affords you a very comfortable life. You live well, the weather is good, come on, right? So your money takes you far, okay? And those are the people who have challenges moving here. Because maybe you may have to start living in a basement like I did. That doesn't mean you won't own your own home sometime. Anyway, so you're there, family income 600,000 a month, okay? You have children, you have 3 children. This is my scenario. You have 3 kids, young kids, of course, school-going kids. And maybe you have a mortgage, okay? Yeah. So I'm talking about you. Okay, a good mortgage. And you have 2 cars, okay? Yeah. And you have a nanny or 2. You are paying some bills. There's a lot of expenses you're paying in Kenya from your 600. So it's okay because that money pays all those bills and gives you a good life, You enjoy the good weather. On the other hand, if you want to immigrate to Canada, of course, you have your education, you're younger, you speak well, you're well-spoken. So you will most likely get an entry-level job. And there's nothing wrong with that because we must all start somewhere. You find that your entry-level job is going to earn you $50,000 a year. $50,000 a year, you take home $3,500 a month. That is almost half what you are taking home in Kenya for one person. However, if you come with your spouse and you both get entry-level jobs, you're getting $100 a year. So you guys are taking home $7,000 a month, right? Not bad money. But we must appreciate that life is a little expensive on this end. Okay, so housing is expensive, food is a little expensive, but guess what? With your 3 children, so you still have the 3 children you had in Kenya with your 600, you come here, entry-level jobs. Yeah, I know you were an executive, but you may have to come here as an accounting assistant or something, getting 50,000, an admin 50,000, 60,000, right? Both of you, you're now getting 100K a year. So you're taking home $7,000 a month, okay? With 3 kids. Guess what? Entry level, you're not gonna be paying for school fees. You will pay for school fees. You're not paying for security. You're not paying for healthcare, because those ones come out of the taxes that you pay. That's why we are taxed a lot. So those ones come out of your taxes. So most of your bills will go towards your house and food and your 2 cars, because you're going to need 2 cars. But you're not worried about school fees. Guess what? With the same money you were getting in Kenya, school is very expensive. I was in Kenya. We had 4 kids in school. Private schools. Not group of schools. No, we could not afford group of schools. No. Because you find that even with that 500,000 a month, you can't afford group of schools. You're still going to be taking your kids to those private schools that charge about 70,000 a term, right? So with 3-4 kids, you're paying a lot of money on school fees. Those kids need transportation. They need school, not just school fees, uniforms, trips, that music, that drama, whatever, all those expenses, they really do pile up. You're paying the nanny. Remember, you're paying your nanny, you're paying your car wash, whoever does, your mama mboga, security, insurance. So your money, as much as it was still paying a lot of bills. In this case, you're going to pay higher housing bills, and maybe you're paying a mortgage, yeah? Here, you're going to pay rent, fine, granted. You're going to pay food, but you're not paying all those expenses. And that is still entry level. And I know you're scared of entry level. I know you're scared of being in entry level. You do not want to stay in entry level forever. And I hope and pray you do not stay in entry level jobs forever. Once you come here, remember, you already have your master's. You're a smart cookie. So you come here. What you do at entry level job is you get a job, you get your foot in. Once you get your foot in, you're working to get Canadian experience. You get Canadian experience. Take advantage of your employer sponsored training. Take as much as you can in professional courses. Take certifications at the cost of your employer, because believe you me, there's a lot of opportunities to study at the cost of the employer in this country. Yes, everybody is encouraged to do personal development. So take that, because you want to get that Canadian credential, that Canadian certificate or something. You also want to expand your network and your knowledge about Canada. Take that. 2-3 years down the line, you're not going to be at the entry level. Guess what? You move maybe to $80,000, $90,000 job, an accountant. Yes, an accountant, just a regular accountant. That's what you're going to be. I know you used to be a CFO, so I'm not losing you on that. So you get there. Now you're getting $90,000. Maybe your spouse has also moved up. So you're going to find that now your family income is bigger. You're now talking about between $160,000 to $200,000 a year. I tell you, that money is going to afford you a good life here, a really good life. If you're diligent, if you know what you're doing, that is good money that you should enjoy. Guess what? I'm not saying that you should stick to that accounting job. If you were a manager in your country, you had worked hard, you are a smart person, why can't you do the same in this land? You are not limited to that entry level or second level job. You can go as far as you had gone in your country. Okay? I know you. I believe in you. And I have seen you in a lot of my friends. I have seen you. I know you. You can do way better. So you're not limited to that 90,000. So with no time, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, you can be way up there. You can be in the C-suite, executive, earning you 300, 400,000, whatever money they earn here, right? So you can move up The limitation here is only you. And believe you me, you are young, so you still have a lot of years ahead of you. And you know what they say, that history will judge us. 10 years down the line, you will be 55 and you will look back and history will thank you. Your history, your children, your generation will thank you for that bold step that you took, because you'll have changed the trajectory of your life, of your children's future. You'll have given your kids a big opportunity, a big world-class opportunity to study here, whereby their education is recognized anywhere and everywhere. If they want to go back to Kenya, they can go back. If at that time you want to go back to Kenya and retire, you are welcome to do so. But you have made something for yourself. So today I want to challenge you. Are you worried of success or are you worried of failure? Because at times, I don't think we are worried of failure. So what if you come here and you just live on that entry-level job, but then your kids do so well? You're so proud of them. Okay? What if that is what you define as failure? Right? Because you're worried about the people who used to work under you. They say, oh yeah, now he's just so-and-so abroad. But what if you come here, you don't even go far, but then you look back at the generation that you've created and the opportunities you created for your children, and you're so proud of yourself? What if you feel like that? But don't be worried of that, because you will have tried, you will have done something, even in that failure. What if you succeed? Don't be worried of succeeding in this country. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your mind. Don't say, oh, if I go abroad and just do an entry-level job, I'm okay. No, do not fall under that category of people who just come here and, they're comfortable. Don't relax. So don't be afraid of success. If you did it there, I believe you can do it here. You've got the smarts, you've got the credentials, you've got everything at your disposal. Okay? So what if you succeed? What if you succeed and become that C-suite? Believe you me, I have seen a lot of financial advisors. I have seen a lot of C-suite executives who are coming from Africa, and they are coming here and they are unstoppable. Why can't you be them? So, while you make that decision, my friend, about whether you want to immigrate, I know that nudge that comes to you that scares you a little bit. I know that. But believe you me, things are different here. The opportunities, they are world class. You can do way better than you think. You can do way better than you think. Okay? All right. Next video, please stay tuned, because I'll make a video about immigrating for children. If you have little children, why immigrating for those children is a good decision. Stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.